Welcome, podcast listeners. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, with even more gruffness this week. Extra sultry, sexy gruffness. Yeah. It's because I'm a little bit ill, but because you guys matter, I am dragging my ass out of bed so that I can podcast. You are also joined today by Mr. Lee Padabadabadabadoo. Say hi, Lee.
Hi, Lee.
Hey, he did the Matt thing. Oh, how are you, my man?
Better than you. Is it contagious?
Not from this distance, I wouldn't have thought.
You sure?
I've done a swabby swab test, and it's not that, so we're all good. But it's it's a particularly nasty man flu.
Oh man!
So I know. I mean, sympathies are fully accepted and will be greatly appreciated. But you are here. It is episode number 215 of the Fret Talk podcast, and today we have got some newsy news. What have we got? We've got a rather provocative pedal to mention. We've got a funny little box. We have got
They're the same thing.
Ooh, matron. We've got a potential new signature guitar, and we have got possibly the best pedal pun this year. But before all of that stuff, we do our usual self-congratulatory audio masturbation. Boy, that's it. So, how are you, Lee? What have you been up to this week?
I'm going to save my what you've been up to for the news, because that is the news.
Oh, okay. So I guess it's me then.
You've been sick, so I have. That done.
I did play a gig though between last podcast and this podcast, the first one in about a fucking decade. It came up on my time hop on Facebook the other day. The last actual gig I played, I was weirdly part of a power metal band, and it
what?
I just happened to find myself part of a power metal band, and it was 8 years ago.
Oh man!
So there's that. So it's been almost a decade.
Do you know what? It's definitely been 5 or 6 years since I gigged as well. Yeah, we do normally do these midweek, but because Mr. BudgetPedalChap, I've only just met him.
That's it.
Because of your unwellness, we were hoping you were feeling a bit better today, but it doesn't seem to be the case, does it?
No. I thought I was pretty much shaking it yesterday, and then today, no bueno. But hey ho, we are where we are, and I mean this is an experience. This is like podcasting whilst ill. It's a new one.
Do you feel a little bit like you're floating above yourself and a little bit lethargic and kind of out of body-ish? Podcasting? Absolutely
not. I feel very much rooted in my decaying corpse at the moment. But it is what it is.
You're not comfortably numb then. You're
absolutely
not.
Uncomfortably, yeah. Uncomfortably not numb. But hey ho. So yeah, I did a gig this weekend. It went really well. We had loads of fun, and the place was absolutely packed, and we got loads of people up and dancing, which was brilliant.
Oh, that's good. What were you playing?
Very
power metal.
No, it was kind of pop, soul, funkish covers.
Lighthouse Family.
Yeah, I mean that could find its way into the set. There was lots of Tina Turner, Stevie Wonder. I think there's an Anastasia tune as well. So Lighthouse Family could have easily snuck into that.
Is that the Don't Cry For Me Argentina?
No, that was Madonna.
No, that was Anastasia.
Don't Cry For Me Argentina.
Was that not the character that sung it in the movie?
No, Evita was Madonna.
Oh, yeah, it was Evita. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Damn, can we cut that?
No, that's staying in. What song was it?
I studied Russian history.
Did you?
Yes.
And what's that got to do with the Argentinian Evita?
Anastasia.
Oh, okay, yeah. You watched the Disney movie, essentially, then?
No. I'll tell you what, there's some wicked books on, but we're not going to get into books about the Russian royal family.
No, weirdly enough, the last time we did a podcast, we went on some massive tangents, and it ended up being an hour and a half worth of podcast. I actually listened back to that one at the start of the week, and it was absolutely wicked. I thought that podcast was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It's nice because me and Matt haven't seen each other for ages.
Indeed.
We've never seen each other in real life, of course, but yeah.
I mean, we do actually see each other here because we use, even though the podcast is audio, we do a video chat anyway. So we do see each other's faces.
Yeah, I'm going to miss... in fact, I do miss meeting up at guitar shows. I miss that a lot. And sort of, I do plan to come back for certain guitar shows like Brahman and stuff. But do you know what? We're going to have to do Not-Numb one year. We're going to have to.
I mean, let's make it happen. But yeah, I mean, on my time hop as well came Olympia. There was a picture of you with that tiny... where was it? It was like the Mark bass stand.
Oh, right, yeah.
And you playing that like travel guitar. And because you're quite a tall chap anyway, this tiny little guitar looked minuscule. It was hilarious.
Do you know what? I've just had a thought. There is something I have been up to which is non-news related.
Okay.
I'm in the market for an acoustic guitar.
The grandpa's guitar.
Yeah. I used to have a really nice Ovation, but it, as I've progressed in my guitar journey, I realised that it wasn't quite meeting the standards I wanted it to, so I sold it and just didn't get another one because I knew we were moving and it was just another thing to take and break. Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of research, and the one guitar that I feel is in my price bracket but really, really good is the Seagull S6. So there's lots of sort of guitars around that price bracket, but everyone's saying like this is the winner for guitars under like 400 quid. And because I don't want to spend a fortune on acoustic, I don't think you need to. Yeah,
if it's something you're not using every day, then...
Yeah, and it's not for recording or anything. I might do a bit of recording with it, but that's not what I play, really. I play overdriven, fuzzy, fuzz... I mean... delay, synth...
That's possible. Our Alex at Xander Effects did a video where he shoved all of his pedal line through an acoustic guitar. And actually... up until a certain point, it didn't sound bad. Obviously, like the extreme fuzzies sounded horseshit.
A bit of chorus, bit of flange maybe, and obviously reverb, delay, that sort of thing. Fine. Going to overdrives, there was that overdrive for acoustics, which sounded quite nice. It was very subtle.
Fender had bought out an overdrive preamp kind of thing for acoustic.
Yeah, and all it did was give it a bit of... Oh, I'm so sorry. It's the end of the week and the end of the day.
Are we keeping you up, Lee?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
But no, it was very subtle but tuned nicely, and it worked. It sounded like on paper it should sound like shit, but it didn't. It was quite nice. And, and I'm always open to new ideas and innovation, which if we didn't have innovation, we wouldn't be where we are now.
I thought you just sold innovation.
That was an ovation. Yeah. So yeah, I was looking at one of the Martin guitars, but upon talking to one of my mates, he was like, "No, not at this price point. All the Martins at this price point, you're basically paying for the name and getting not very much."
Oh yeah,
which was a shame. I'd love a D28 or something like that. That'd be amazing. But
yeah, but you don't want to spend D28 money.
No. Yeah, so that's something I've been up to this week. Just looking at acoustics, and you can pick them up for a couple of £100. These S6s, and they look really good.
I must admit, it's not something I've ever really looked into. I'm in the acoustic market in general, but I've never heard of Seagull.
Never heard of Seagull?
Never heard of Seagull.
Canadian company.
Okay.
Very, very high quality. They use like sustainable woods and these sort of things. So yeah, it looks. A lot of people rate them quite highly. I think this is more or less their cheapest guitar.
Is it like Canada's answer to like Faith guitars?
Maybe Canada's answer to someone like Cole Clark. Another company. I'll tell you what, we should do an episode on acoustics one day, because there's so much I've learned since working at Tonepedia about acoustics.
Yeah,
I knew shit all about acoustics, and I had to learn, because I had to write all the descriptions and the attributes of these guitars, and I've learned quite a lot over the years. So yeah, I mean, could be interesting.
If it had forced me to learn a bit more, I'm all for that. Because admittedly, I don't know a great deal about acoustics. I know like around that price point, you get the Yami APX and CPX, and they're particularly good for the price.
I was looking at the Transacoustic and the because that's the one that's got the reverb and the chorus built into it. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, it's got like an actuator in.
That's it.
Underneath the.
So that came in over budget, but not too much over budget, but enough over budget I didn't want to do it, which was about £500-600.
Yeah,
for the basic one, the most basic of them. And then I looked at the high vibe, which was the same sort of idea, but from lag, but much more detail. So you got delay in that. And it does
I remember them
actuators. Yeah, I played them in Germany one point, and we got them on Tonepedia as well. And they're pretty cool. They are quite interesting. We've got like a fuzz sound on it as well.
Okay.
They start at £1,000.
Ooh.
So yeah, it's pretty cool though. But I don't know where I stand with it. You don't hear much about them anymore either. So I don't know.
Yeah, lag. Back when I first started playing guitar, which was probably kind of mid-2000s, there was a real push in PMT, which
they had like the matte greys and the matte oranges and stuff like that in terms of colours, didn't they, on their Super Strats?
Yeah. I mean, there was, because they had like a weird kind of two-tone thing with the headstock was partially the body colour and then partially either like a white or a natural finish where the lag logo was, and it was like kind of multi-tiered. And they looked really cool, but because they, like the ones that they were selling were all the kind of budget range, like me and my friends pretty much saw lag at that point as a budget guitar brand.
Like an Aria or something like that.
Yeah, a little bit. Didn't really see him as quality until my friend managed to source a like one of the high end. I think it was an Arcane AK1000, which is like their kind of top spec one, and he swore by that guitar. And then he ended up getting an Imperator as well, which is kind of a flatter top Les Paul. And again, very, very, very good quality.
Yeah, they're a French company now.
They are indeed.
I don't know why that's important. I just thought I'd add something I knew about them to the conversation.
Yeah,
Nice
they were a French company, and they had Stefan Forte as an artist on their books for quite a while, and he moved over to Ibanez maybe 5 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, you would do though, wouldn't you? You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, if Ibanez are offering, then yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a very, very good guitar player, and from what I've played, the higher end, like custom shop, lag guitars were very good.
Yeah, they. I've liked the ones that I've played. There was this really cool, like I was saying earlier, the matte orange and matte grey one. I don't know what the model of it was, but it was awesome. I nearly bought that instead of that red one I've got. That's like a red gem rip-off.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is that the Shine?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Instead of that, actually. Maybe I should have. Yeah, so those were some of the options, but the one I'm going to try and source is the Seagull S8 by the looks of things.
Cool.
Some of the other things I looked at were like Baton Rouge and things like that, but I think Seagull is the route I'm going to go down. So that's after my extensive amount of research and talking to people who know more about these things than I do. That's the route I'm going to go down. So that is my, if I get one, which I hope I will soon, then I will let you know.
Defo. Keep us posted on that. Because, like I say, I've never heard of them. So, like, managing to pick one up might be a bit of an issue, but yeah, let us know how you get on with it.
Here it would be. There is a guy who is quite a distance away from me who's selling one, but he's like, oh yeah, it's got a broken tuner and I want more for it than everyone else is charging everywhere else around the world. So, yeah. No bueno. So, I was going to mention the board that I used for the depth gig. Yeah.
So I mean, I just used like the standard like a couple of planks of wood that I bolted together about 10 years ago. But my main drive for the entire night was
Antares.
No, it wasn't. If it weren't the Antares, it was the
what's it called? Drive Adams one.
The chef tone stuff.
Oh no, of course it was a Mojo.
Of course it was.
Talking about
yeah. Of course it was. Although, and this is a sneaky this one, because I shared a picture of the pedal board, like pre-gig, and I had an unfinished pedal on there, and that was the prototype for the chef tone preacher.
Okay.
So I used that after the Mojo, as like a massive drive boost, so that like whenever I needed to do like the rock tunes, I'd stack both of those together.
I've been discussing prototypes with one of our favourite pedal companies this week, and I'm looking forward to getting them to try them out and turn around and tell them their shit and they need to change them completely, and I'm sure they'll be amazing. They usually are. Well, I can't say, can I? It will spoil everything. I don't know if anyone listening knows or even cares, more importantly, but I do a lot of work with companies, advising them on new releases and these sort of things. So yeah, I help. I was approached by 2 big companies just today about questions about gear. So nice. Yeah, it's quite nice actually. It's I can't think of the word, but it's really humbling. It's nice. I like it. It's what's the word I'm looking for?
I would have thought humbling. Yeah. It's nice to feel appreciated.
Yeah, nice to feel that the work you do is appreciated in a wider scope than just what you expect.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
The first one was, is there any other pedals called this? Because I think I'm going to name my new pedal this. And the second one was, what's the best metal amp?
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to pass on that one, unfortunately.
What would you say it would be? What would you say the best metal amps that are?
I mean, if I'm thinking about all of the metal bands that I would want to listen to, it'd be a JCM 800, and then like modded and with an overdrive or a rat or something in front of it, because that's pretty much all of the metal that I'd ever listen to.
In terms of, because we know more about the gear than the music, I think, when it comes to certain things like that, when we're outside of our comfort zone in terms of music we don't listen to. No, generally for me, I would listen to... See, I know that Steve Ray Vaughan, I know all the gear he uses, but I don't listen to Steve Ray Vaughan. So it's like that, you know. So I would say the two biggest metal amps are probably the 5150/6505 and the Mesa Mark V.
The Mark V?
Would you not say the Mark V?
I'd say the dual rec. Or the triple rec.
Yeah. No, the Mark V's wicked.
It might be wicked, but it's a lot more subtle than the recto amps.
Isn't John Petrucci using the Mark V?
He's a signature version of the Mark V, though.
With two EQs on it, yeah.
Yeah, whereas the bands that I knew doing metal when I was listening to heavier things back with like the new metal lot, they were all playing dual recs, and like the pop punk at the time as well. They were using dual recs as well.
Wasn't this back when everyone was going mad for the Marshall Mark IV, which was like stupidly overpowered?
Yeah, the Mode 4, yeah.
Yeah, what do I say, Mark 4?
Yeah, it was like solid state, but it was like 300 watt or something.
Yeah, but I think it had some sort of valves in it, or like preamp valves or something like that. It was, it looked really cool, but it was a mess.
I mean, I played one at a rehearsal room and it sounded fantastic, but I weren't running it. I weren't like gunning the channels. I was using it in a quite subtle way, and it did sound good. It sounded really good.
Yeah. Do you think it'd still sound good now?
Like possibly. Like it had one specific sound that I liked in it, but then like I think it had a very similar sound to the original Marshall valve state amps, which was like the VS series, not the AVT.
Right, okay.
And they were really good. They sounded fantastic. But again, for this like really mid-rich, creamy distortion tone, and that was it. That's all they sounded good for. But it was a fantastic tone.
No, I think I want to try one now. I haven't seen any around for years though.
But the Mode 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't. They fell out of fashion quite quick.
Yeah, but you don't even see any like second hand, or anyone like saying, "Oh yeah, here's my rig and like here's my Marshall Mode 4." It's just.
I imagine they've probably been packed away in a cupboard somewhere and are gathering dust.
Yeah, they were big as well, weren't they? Very big heads.
Big heads, yeah. They were, yeah.
I got something new this week.
Oh, well, go on. I mean, you're showing me, yeah?
I got a new chair, and it doesn't creak. Listen. I mean, you can't hear that.
That's it. We can't hear it, Lee, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. It's really cool. It was a bit expensive, but we went with this one because friends of mine had bought it as well, and they said it really held it back, and the chair I had before was definitely not. Still, because it's early days, so it's hurting me back still because I'm still adjusting to it.
Yeah. Fingers crossed it'll your back will submit to it.
Yeah.
And then football will be good with the world.
Absolutely, but I'm quite happy with this chair. It looks better for podcasts and live streams and stuff as well, doesn't it?
I mean, it looks as if you're going to podcast faster.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just for the listeners, it looks a lot like a boy racer bucket seat.
Yeah, it's nice. I like how this pillow here is magnetic.
Oh, is it nice? That's really cool, actually. That is.
Yeah. I've bringing this back to guitar. I've made a video of me putting it together, and I'm going to make a second video of how it's like to how good it is for playing guitar in.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I've worked out a way that the arms can come off, and I'm just going to see if I can get something to rig up a quick release on them.
Magnets.
Oh, that would work.
There you go. Yeah. Go with the same method as the pillow.
Yeah. Right.
Go on.
So that is what I have been up to, sir.
I mean, I've still got I've got a sleeper hit of the pedal boards.
Okay,
a sleeper hit. So we had to play a song which I'd never really heard before, called "Steamy Windows" by Tina Turner, and it's got two guitars in Steamy Windows, but one of them has quite a prominent auto wah. What the fuck are you doing, Lee? So one of them has quite a prominent auto wah, and during rehearsals, I didn't bother, and I just played the second guitar, which is kind of like a nasally sounding overdrive tone. So I just did that. But then for the gig, I remembered that I had a JedsPeds auto wah kicking about. And I remembered it being really, really good. So I thought, you know what, why not? So I busted that out at the gig, and it was the star of the show.
Was it?
Yeah, once we'd finished the first, because it was the last song in the first set, everyone was just going, wow, waka, wow, waka, waka, wow, waka, over to me. So yeah, auto wah for the win.
I'll tell you what, that segues us really nicely, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, it does somewhat.
So, when you say auto wah, can you think of a country, of a place in Canada that sounds similar?
Yeah, Quebec.
Yes, exactly. So the new Carl Martin Quebec has come out.
I mean, it'd be brilliant if he then started bringing out, this is the Quebec Overdrive. This is the Toronto Phaser or something.
What would they be? Yeah, they'd have to, because just to come back here, dial it back a little bit. Carl Martin produced an envelope filter called the Ottawa.
Yeah, I mean, hands down best pedal name. Hands down the best.
So we had this quite early over at Tone PD. We've had it for some time because we obviously had to get it ready for launch, and we were all having a really good laugh about the description for it because they were really laying into the Canadians on it. It was funny as fuck. I remember saying to the guys, this is how World War III starts. the Danish versus the Canadians. Who would have thought?
I mean, it's definitely a thing, isn't it? It could work.
Yeah, let's hope not. It's quite an interesting pedal. I'm just gonna bring it up on.
So it's got four different controls on the front, hasn't it? It's got four adjustable knob parameters.
Yeah, so I've got it here. You have tone, which is more of like a high pass adjustment. So as you go, kind of dials out any of those. You know when you're playing your wah, and sometimes if you put too much gain into it, you can get quite harsh when it gets high and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kind of dials that down a bit. The attack. What have I written here?
So the attack is going to be how quickly or how sensitive it is to the pick dynamic, isn't it?
Yes, I would have called it dynamics. That was my take on it. I've put the attack develops the effect growth, allowing it to stay very bassy or letting it to grow into a full vocal wah tone. So it does adjust, like where it's like wow.
Yeah, it's how extreme your it's basically how much toe you get on your wah sweep, isn't it?
Yes, but the Q also does that as well, and the Q
narrows down the filter.
Yeah, so if you open it up, it's a much less prominent effect. It's like whoa, wow, whereas it's that sort of thing. If you really like,
it narrows down. Like at the one end, it's kind of almost like a hill-like curve, and then at the other end, it's almost spike-shaped.
Yeah, exactly that. You've got band pass, high pass, low pass on this.
On a little dip switch, haven't you?
That's it. So you can get like very synthy type tones. You can get very wah like tones, and it's all analog. It's optical as well. So this is one of the cool things about it. It's an optical envelope filter, and the most important thing about it is it actually sounds bloody good.
Yeah, I mean, I had to listen to the product demo, and it actually sounded very very wah-like. Where with a lot of auto filter effects, it's got the specific sound of an auto filter effect. It sounds like that pedal rather than sounding like a wah pedal. Yeah,
and the nice thing I found as well is a lot of the envelope filters that you see are aimed at bass players. So it was nice to see that this was one for guitarists. I think you can use it as a bass player as well, but
I imagine that's nice. the low pass mode, isn't it? It focuses on the lower end.
Yeah.
Do you know what the level control does? Is it like a mix, or is it an overall level?
Let me just have a look, see what I've written here. No, I think it is just an overall level. I think it's
that's to be fair though, that's quite decent because I had one of the Line 6 Tone Core series, the auto filter, one of those. I think it was called the Otto filter or something like that.
Was that the Echo Park series?
Yeah, it's the same series as that, yeah. And it was a great sounding filter. Like it did all of the specific auto filter sounds that you would want from it. But it had a massive volume bump when you engaged it. So being able to dial in like how much, because you would have thought actually it'd be the other way, where when you engaged it, it took some of the volume away because you actually you're sculpting away some of the EQ, aren't you? But no, this one
taking others.
Yeah. So what it did, I imagine it like the way they designed it compensated for that, but it compensated too much.
Okay, that's interesting. So this is basically kind of letting you dial it into your own rig.
Yeah.
I like the look of it as well. The colour's quite nice, and it's kind of like curvy at the bottom as well. It looks really, really nice, and the screws to hold the whole pedal together. Yeah. It's as if they've made the pedal on the bottom of the pedal because the screws are on the top plate.
Okay.
A very cool looking pedal.
It's got like a almost like a binding, like a faux binding to it, where it's got the blue colour on the top, and then like the edges have got that like brushed kind of look.
I think it's tapered as well.
Yeah.
On the edges. Yeah. Very, very nice looking pedal. Top mounted jacks.
Weirdly, the Rowan series of pedals, like these cheap Chinese ones, have that look. And the reason why I bought a Rowan pedal is because of how it looked. They look fantastic. The one that I've got doesn't sound good, but it looks fantastic.
It's kind of like the bassist Joya went on for their R8 series. Was it R8? With all like the cool LEDs.
Yeah, the R series.
Like that. R series. Yeah, they R8's the Audi. Very nice Audi. But yeah, it's kind of like they know that they sound very, 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 very much the same as a lot of other pedals because they are. Let's face it. Let's cut the bullshit out. They are clones.
Yeah, I mean the R series was trying to veer off from that a little bit more. The JF series, I think it was, which were just kind of like straight, like generic pedal enclosures, look very, very almost like identical clones of pedals that you'll find in multiple other enclosures in multiple other companies. With the R series, they tried something a little bit different, and a few of those were like absolute golden because they weren't just the next in a series of many clones. Obviously, they're not like fully original ideas. Like for example, like the Touran was Klon inspired, and there were others as well. Like what was it called? They had a green one, which was quite clearly Tube Screamer based.
Yeah.
But they weren't like direct rip-offs of where I think the Joyo Vintage Overdrive is basically a TS9, and like their Vintage Phaser is a Phase 45, and etc. etc.
Yeah, cool. So that's the Carl Martin Ottawa.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool. We like I say, we've had it for some time, and we've really liked playing with this. It's interesting. It's optical as well. Really, really cool. Nice release from Carl Martin there. And if you want to go and try it, you can hit the links in the description to go and play it on Tonepedia, which is pretty cool because that's what we do. Right.
So what was the second thing that we released on Tonepedia this week then?
The second thing, it was actually 10 things, and they are the new range of guitars from Strandberg. So, have you not seen these at all?
I have not seen these at all, yes, you are correct.
You've not been well over you, so yeah, I can see how it might have like slipped through. Basically, Strandberg, if you don't know them, they create the headless guitars with the Bowden body, so it looks similar to Kiesel and these sort of things. Obviously, Strandberg came first, and way before them, you got Steinberg and these sort of things. Very similar sort of looking guitars. But the difference with Strandberg is what Ola's tried to do is take every single aspect of what makes a guitar easy or hard to play, and just try and make your job as a guitarist as easy as possible. So the neck is asymmetrical. As you go up the neck, it moves your hand around. So you've got your thumb is further towards the back, so you can get better hammer-ons and these sort of things. But as you come down the neck, it moves your thumb up, so you can do fancy chords where you wrap your thumb over and these sort of things, and it just makes it much easier. One of the cool things from that Ola said was, a lot of people say tone is in your fingers, and we can agree with that. Sometimes tone, it depends on the context, but from what he's saying it is, because if you've got a great sounding guitar in terms of tone, but it's a bitch to play, you're not going to get it to sound good. Or you might, but it's going to be difficult. You're going to make, you're not going to get the most out of it in terms of potential. If you've got a not so great sounding guitar, but it's really good to play, you're going to feel even happy. You're going to feel happy with that guitar, even though it might not be getting the best tones out of it. So what he's tried to do is create a great sounding guitar, but make it easier to play. Now that's been going on for about 12 years, and that's how long he's had the Bowden shape out for. I think it's 12 years, and over the time he's had a lot of input from, because there's a great fan base of Strandberg. The people who buy them are fanatic about them. It's almost like a cult in some ways, and there's been a lot of feedback. So he's taken a lot of the feedback. He's made the armrest. He's like nicer to sit. He's adjusted the heel carve so you can get up the fretboard easier. Like really, really little things they've refined, such as the knobs. One of the sides of the knobs is now flat, so you know where 0 is. So you've got that as a reference point. So there's no kind of, where am I? You can just feel it and like, okay, that's where I am. And little tiny things like that make a big difference.
Yeah. So is that what these new series is about? Is kind of, it's like the next generation of Strandbergs.
Exactly that. They've also changed some of the woods on them and the manufacturing processes, and the reason they've done that is for sustainability, because they're a very, very forward-thinking guitar brand, and of course they're here in Sweden as well, and Sweden is like most of the energy over here that's produced is from renewable sources. And one of the things he said is like when they're creating roasted maple, when you start shaving the neck away, roasted maple's very, very brittle. So what will happen is you quite often lose a few necks because as you're going through, the whole thing will split. So I think they've stopped using roasted maple now and just gone to normal maple because it's only to do with the look of it, isn't it, as opposed to anything else. So
roasted maple is supposed to be more stable under like a range of humidity values, so it tends to render different environments less of an issue.
Okay. So he didn't say anything about that, so I don't know.
There you go. I mean,
maybe he's not. Maybe he's using a completely different wood on there. I can't remember. I probably do have it here though. Neck. No. I should have it here somewhere, but I can't see it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it is a big improvement. They've got different woods that they're using, basically, like I say, for sustainability. For instance, they've started using rich light instead of ebony.
Yeah.
But he said he wasn't convinced about rich light for a long, long time, and he's finally taken the move over to it because he's finally seen that it can be as good as ebony.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a Gibson with a rich light fingerboard, and purists would be absolutely slating it, but it sounds fantastic. Yeah.
He said about maintenance on ebony, and that one's ebony, my Les Paul, and that's I've never had any issues with that. So, these look great. You've got a bunch of them. So you've got metal, you've got which is 2 humbuckers. You've got a classic, which is that's not released yet, but it will be released soon. So that's a maple board and HSS. Mm-hmm. You've got the prog. You've got a bunch of different models, and most of them will go up to 8 string if you want them to, and they all start at 6 string. You can go on to Tonepedia, you can try them out, you can compare them to the pre-existing ones, because they're all played the same, they're all played by the same guys, and you can compare them, see if you think they stand up. And you can play the ebony against the rich light if you want.
Yeah. See if you can hear the difference.
Yeah. I want one.
Oh, largely it's not my thing. But hey ho. I mean, if you're gonna go for a headless guitar, go for the company that kind of brought back the popularity of them.
Which is Steinberg.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you could go for a Steinberg if you really wanted to go old school.
I always want to call Steinberg Steinberger.
It might be Steinberger.
I don't think it is. I think it's Steinberg.
Well, yes, one of those two.
I've been writing descriptions about headless guitars and newsletters about them all week. Still not sure what this guy's name is.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I don't think it matters anymore. Right? Shall we move on to our bit of Joyo news this week?
Oh, we've got Joey news, have we? Okay. Is this the slightly wet news?
It is the wet news, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a bit of news that's coming from me because it's a budget pedal. However, it's also it's piqued my interest because it's a little bit naughty. It's a little bit naughty, isn't it, Lee?
Yes. No sex, please. We're British.
It's the JF20, so it's from the JF series.
Oh, naughty.
It is called the Moist Reverb. Obviously, you can tell where they've got that from because there's usually like a wet and dry control on a reverb pedal, and if you type wet into a Google Translate, you're gonna get moist.
Yeah, You know Wampler, there's Richard Oliver that works over at Wampler. He's on their podcast and on Jason Tone podcast and these sort of things, and he's a friend of mine, and we were all laughing about this the other day, and he was like, who the fuck signed off on that name?
I mean, like, Joyo definitely knew what they were doing because the Guitar Geek was involved with Joyo prior to the release of this, and he did let them know. He said this is going to cause a bit of a stir, and they wanted to go with it.
Yeah,
but there you go.
They're saying good. Yeah, no news is bad news.
Well, that's it. I mean, and it's served a purpose, hasn't it? Because we're talking about it, and actually, if it was just called like the Cavern Reverb or something, we may not even be. So,
Caverns is a wicked pedal. What are you talking about?
Okay. Pedantic. So this is it's a tri reverb pedal. It's got a 32-bit DSP chip, and it's got studio mode, plate mode, and church mode. So, like, going from a smaller space to like a quite outlandish reverb tone, and then you've got your 3 controls as well, haven't you? You've got what have we got? Mix, tone, and decay. So having a tone control on your reverb is quite an important thing, which gets left off quite a few as well, actually.
Can you imagine seeing this pedal on because you said it's got like the church setting? Can you imagine seeing this on a praise and worship board?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can see these being an absolute smash in the PW world.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to hear it. I've not heard any demos yet because they were being released tonight, so we decided to podcast instead. I saw this about 2 weeks ago, and it did make me chuckle. Like, hats off to the people at Joyo though as well, on their social media. Like they posted this up that it was being released today, and then in the comments they put something like the name like damp and clunge were also considered, but they went with moist.
Clunge.
Like,
in between the fans, are they? Oh yeah, my God, that's
they clearly know what's going on. But yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of a risk that the the silliness of this might put some people off. And you can understand it because, like, you could go for the atmosphere from the R series, or you could go for the moist reverb. And if you've got a pedal board that is going to be, like you say, if it's a praise and worship board, there's no way that you are going to be rocking the moist reverb.
Imagine, like, this is the sort of pedal you buy because at the price point of your first pedal board, and you're a young kid putting your board together, and your mum comes in and it's like, oh, what have you got there? What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Smacks you around the ear. We won't be having any of that devil guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's no price point out on them at the moment, but I imagine it's probably going to be around the £50 mark. It's mono in, mono out, which is slightly unfortunate. If it was stereo, I think it would be ultimately more desirable.
And twice as moist.
Stereo moistening, yeah. But there you go. That's the little giggle that we get this week for the moist pedal.
Okay. We got anything else?
Yeah, let's go for one more. Let's go for the funny little boxes. So the funny little boxes is a website and is run by a chap called Andy, who's an absolute legend. I did a demo for their collaboration with Bad Penny Effects, which was called the Funny Little Box Fuzz, and that was a wicked pedal.
These are the guys that have done the Pearl Jam pedal, aren't they?
That is exactly what this is. So it's called the 1991, and it's based on the tones of 10. Yeah. So it was done in a collaboration with a YouTuber, which I unfortunately forget the name of at the moment. But he basically had a chat with Andy and said, "I'm going to set you a challenge and see if you can get Pearl Jam in a box for under £100." And that's exactly what he's done. So it's £99, but at the moment all of the pre-orders have been taken up, so you might have to wait a little bit if you want to get one.
We're gonna have to demo this. I do you like Pearl Jam? I really love Pearl Jam.
I am so indifferent to Pearl Jam. So indifferent. But like the idea of the pedal seems pretty awesome. So it's got 2 gain controls because it's got 2 gain stages. It's got a master volume and a 3-band EQ. And the reason why it's got 2 gain controls, I believe, is because the sound of Pearl Jam was essentially absolutely gunned Marshall amps with overdrives, mid-forward overdrives pushing the front end. So it's very much a classic tone, isn't it? And I've listened to a few demos online, and for my ear, it sounds Pearl Jam enough.
Pearl Jam, is that a single word?
Yeah, Pearl Jam enough. I love it. Like, I will be the first to put my hands up and say I'm not particularly the best person, like the most qualified person to distinguish the guitar tones of Pearl Jam. However, with a 3-band EQ and the 2 gain controls, it sounds like it's going to be quite a versatile little monster.
You know what? I want one just because it's Pearl Jam.
Well, you need to get in line because the pre-orders are done. They have sold out the pre-orders already.
It's awesome, man. That really is awesome.
But there you go. That is
well done to Funny Little Boxes.
Indeed, yeah. Massive shout out to Andy because he is an absolute ledge.
The Funny Little Boxes make a reverb.
If they did, I'm sure it would be absolutely excellent. I'm not falling for that, Lee. I'm not falling for that. This bit of news here is podcast exclusive.
Podcast exclusive.
The previous stuff is featured on the pedal boards of Doom News because we wanted to do like a little collab again. But this little bit of news here is podcast exclusive. It is only for you. So Fender released an image this week on their Instagram account, I believe, of a black Paisley Telecaster with 2 humbuckers, and at around that very same time, Mr. Jim Root has been spotted playing a black Paisley Telecaster, not Telecaster, sorry, Jazzmaster, Jazzmaster, not Telecaster. He's been playing a black Paisley Jazzmaster live, I assume with Slipknot. So there you go. There is potential of a black Paisley Jazzmaster being released.
Have you seen it?
Have I seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I have, yeah.
Looks nice, doesn't it?
I mean, going back to last week's podcast, I am not a fan of the Paisley finish. It's not terrible, but it's not for me. It's not for me at all. But apparently, in his own personal collection, Mr. Jim Root has got a black Paisley dual humbucker Telecaster and black Paisley Stratocaster as well.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, there's potential that it could just be like Fender are sharing a special custom one-off that they've done for Mr. Root, or it could potentially be coming into production. I had a look what the current Jim Root signatures are going for, and they are around like the £1,200 mark. So
that's not bad for a signature guitar.
Oh yeah, I thought that as well. Actually, I thought that's quite reasonable. That's quite reasonable. I don't know like the country of origin of them, and their specs. I assume they look like they've either got EMGs or Fishman pickups. But I don't know. I'm not a massive Jim Root fan. Like not really followed Slipknot since I was like 15, so like a million years ago. But I do I appreciate some of his gear, and I thought the Telecaster that he had was pretty cool. I thought the Stratocaster actually that he came out with after that as well was pretty cool. So there'll be fans out there. Some people will be absolutely creaming their kegs over this.
I think that guy has been very good for the guitar community.
I would argue that he's almost been a little bit like almost like a fraction of what Slash did for Gibson in the 90s. He's done for Fender.
Yeah.
More recently. I know Fender haven't necessarily had that dip that Gibson were experiencing in the late 80s. However,
they've never really been associated with metal, have they?
That's it.
Not recently, anyway. You had those heavy metal guitars from the 80s, and they tried to bring them back recently, but
yeah, the Strat and stuff like that. And they've always had like the Blacktop series with the dual humbuckers. But I think they've really broken into new ground with the Jim Root stuff, and it seems like that specific model almost transcends genre a lot of the time. You'll see people who you wouldn't necessarily expect playing a Jim Root, playing like one of the Telecasters or whatnot. So we're gonna do discussion. This was left over from last week, so this is a little bit of an old discussion in our group, but I did want to give it some airtime because I thought...
Dude. Discussion.
That cushion has got... fuck's sake, that cushion's got a magnet. Yeah, this discussion topic was brought to us by Mike Kilfoy from the Fret Talk podcast group, and it is a bit of a contentious question, but what is your favourite bridge type on a guitar? What is your favourite bridge type? Bear in mind, I will judge you on this answer, and there is a correct answer.
I'm a bit torn because I like a tremolo on some guitars, and I like just like the Tune-o-matic on my Les Pauls and stuff like that. So if I'm using a guitar that doesn't have a tremolo, then I want the ability to tune it in. I like wraparounds and these sort of things. They're cool, but they're not practical. And I like the straight throughs of the tellies and these sort of things. They're great as well, but still, I've never owned a telly, or a straight through guitar, so I can't say it's my favourite. I see the principle of it, and if I had one, maybe it would be. But yeah, so the Tune-o-matic on the Les Paul, and when it comes to tremolos, definitely not a Floyd fucking Rose. So it has to be. And you know, it's like cue a million fucking comments of people going, "Oh, they're okay if you know how to tune them in and set them up." I can set up a fucking Floyd Rose. They are not good. You know, as soon as that knife edge starts going, it's bollocks.
Yeah, but when they're like perfect, when they've got the knife edge done and whatnot, they hold tune, and you can do ridiculous. Like if you wanted to use tremolo, a Floyd Rose lets you use tremolo, and it doesn't care how much you use the tremolo. However,
a Strat doesn't tend to have, like a normal Strat, you know, not a cheap ass one, but a normal Strat.
2-point vintage trem system.
Or the 6-screw ones. I've never had the 2.1, so I've always found the six-screw ones to be fine. Well, no, I haven't, but on my current Strat, it is fine.
Well, there you go. So I'm gonna put this one out there, is that anything with adjustable intonation for each individual string is alright by me. Strat tremolos are decorative only. I've never had a Strat tremolo that doesn't go out at least a little bit when used. And why would you risk that? It's not that great of an effect. So I tend to just leave them alone. But I do love the Strat trem because of the individual saddles, especially the big block saddles, not the ridiculous bent steel vintage lark. I don't want my fingers like the side of my hand cut up on like the Allen key grub screws. Why would I want that? Tune-o-matics are kind of middle of the road for me. They're okay, but I'm not massively sold on them. Telecasters, the three saddle Telecaster bridges can get in the bin. Like so many people wax lyrical about, oh, well, they're the key to a Telecaster's tone. Like fuck they are. They're the key to your strings slipping all over the place, to your guitar not being properly intonated. So no, just no. Like 6 saddle it. If you want to get 6 saddles and have individual brass ones, like individual brass 6 saddles, absolutely. If that's what you feel you need, then yes. However, 3 saddle Telecaster, the barrel bridges, get in the bin.
You can get like an in-between house where you can get they look like 3 saddle ones, but you can get slight different intonations on them, and that you can adjust them. It's kind of like, it's like buying a nice suit and then like sticking an Adidas badge on it. It's actually it's completely the opposite to that, really, isn't it? But the point I'm saying is it's like having the 3 saddles just for the look of it.
Yeah, I think it's Mastery that do the ones with like the tiltable saddle, like the tiltable barrel, and by which point you're like, well, it's so over-engineered, this bit of technology, so over-engineered that you're better off just getting a 6-saddle version.
Yeah, I agree. And do you know what the thing I hate about it the most is? It's totally the sort of thing I'd buy. Absolutely is.
I mean,
100%. If I had, I want to get a blonde, blackguard.
Yeah.
And I want it to look like a proper telly, and that's the sort of shit I would add to it.
I've been mulling over the Babbitt's bridges for such a long time because they are like you can adjust those with an inch of their life. The saddles are like based on a cam system, so it allows like individual string height based on like a smooth turning cam, and then like back and forth motion, all adjustable by the same Allen key, and they are like massive, really thick mass saddles as well. So you get loads of string, like string vibration through. But yeah.
I've had meetings with people about this sort of stuff, and like companies that manufacture it and stuff, and it's like, oh yes, at the bottom of our trem arm, we've added a ball bearing on a string, and we're the only ones to do this, and it means when it goes in, it gets complete fluidity, but also like you got 360 movement without over threading, but it'll also stay at any position you want it. And I'm like, yeah, I've seen other companies do this. No, we're the only ones who do this. And it's like, I'm sure Fender are doing something like this, and but no, we're the only ones who are doing this. It's like, okay. But there is some real, I'd actually go so far as to say that mechanically engineering bridges are one of the most complicated deep dives you can do, because there are so many different solutions out there, and like you've got like there's those Floyd Roses that actually just bolt to the front of your guitar if you've got like a True-O-Matic system, and you don't have to dig into the guitar, and they look awesome. They look really, really, really cool. Duesenberg do a similar sort of thing as well.
Yeah,
that I've been tempted to get, but I don't really want my guitar. I don't want to trem on my. No, I do want to trem on my Les Paul, but I'm not a heathen.
Yeah, I think with the Les Paul, like a Bigsby looks classy as fuck, but realistically, I ain't gonna be using it, so why bother?
Yeah. I've got a Bigsby on my Gretsch, and that's really interesting. Doesn't really go out of tune like everyone says it does. It's quite good at holding tune, actually. It's an interesting way of doing it, but I actually really like Duesenberg guitars. They make some really, really nice gear.
Sound? I reckon that's enough trem talk today, and I'm going to urge you, listeners, to restart this topic in the Fret Talk podcast group and share with us which is your favourite bridge as well.
Yeah,
because
and don't say that one between Denmark and Sweden, because we've had that discussion.
That we have, yeah. I mean, every day's a school day, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Lee, the educator, and that is going to be our podcast for this week. It's been absolutely amazing having you with us, as always, and a massive shout out to the Patreon backers. You keep the lights on, and you are the very reason why I dragged myself from the sofa feeling sorry for myself, and I'm glad that I did. So for as little as $2 a month, you can be one of those people, one of those awesome people, and they are as follows: Mr. Andrew Bimson, Mr. Adam Yeomans, Mr. Doug Christ of 37 Effects, of Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and the Just Surprise Me podcast, Mr. Hugh G. Rection, Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups, who this week, check out the socials, because there was a really top quality thing, and Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast. And I think he occasionally does just surprise me as well. Maybe. So that will be us for this week. Thank you for joining us on this journey. And if you like what you have seen today, share it with your friends. If you want to catch me online as well, I am BudgetPedalChap. I can be found at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. YouTube is the home to the No Talk All Tone series. And this week I released the iSet Reverb, which has got something like 9 different settings of reverb and punches well above its price point.
Can I ask a question?
You can ask one question.
Does it have a moist setting?
It has a mix control which allows it to be ultimately wetter than it should be.
Is that not just a tap?
Yeah, it's the force it control.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, it's not called the wetter box or the moistenator or whatever the Joyo one is called.
I actually have a wetter box, believe it or not.
Lee, save it for the missus.
I have one of Dan's wetter boxes.
Lucky Dan. And on that bombshell. We haven't mentioned pedal boards of doom, have we? Your pedal boards of doom.
Fuck.
We're pedal boards of doom. We do pedal boards of doom stuff.
Yeah.
You released the Jad Freer. Jaden Freer. No, it's definitely not Jaden Freer anymore. Jad Freer.
Yeah, it's Jad.Freer.
There you go.
But we did that a couple of weeks ago. And,
indeed. And this
as
week,
you can see on my top, we had the Greed Tone Overdrive 2 release this week. And that is a fantastic pedal. It really is. It's just such an awesome pedal. Greg is such a great guy. He's so clever. Go check that out. So Lowell released that this week, and you can catch us on Facebook. We've got a Facebook group, we've got a Facebook page, we've got Instagram, and obviously we do YouTube, where myself and Lowell and Mikey and BudgetPedalChap, and soon our mystery Josh will be releasing new videos all the time. And
Indeed.
Here's a little spoiler for you: we're going to have 3D printed pedal soon. How cool is that?
Excellent stuff. I've got the Xander Cranium coming up soon as well. That should be released in not this week, but the week following this week.
Is that like when you give Alex a head massage?
I mean, possibly.
He doesn't have much hair there, so he can get straight on to
really get in there. I think that is a place where we need to end the podcast, Lou, where we're talking about giving pedal company owners head massages. So from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, from Lee, it will be a tatty bye and good night for this week.
Bye all.
Got attacked by an aggressive dog breed the other day. Crossbreed.